Content warning. This episode has some extra spicy bits. Please see the episode notes for details and timestamps if you're not wanting too much heat.
Roll for Romance is a podcast featuring 5 friends thirsty for D20. Hello and welcome to Roll for Romance. I'm your DM, Emily, and today, as always, I have with me 4 incredible friends and adventurers. Our question for today, as our warm-up, is if your character was a different class, what would they be? Let's start with Sarah/Lanny.
Hey, if Lanny was a different class, Lanny would be a wizard because Lanny is frail and loves to read.
Yeah, that's fair.
And why not just go all in on the nerd angle? I love playing wizards.
Wizards are pretty
but
great.
I've heard that some people consider them the least effective class.
But they're great.
They're really great though.
Do you have an idea of what is it called? School?
Which school I would want to do? Illusionists are really cool.
Yeah.
Maybe I would pick an illusion. They're like School of Illusions.
What about Hilrana/Deserae?
I think the obvious choice would probably be Barbarian.
Ooh, yeah.
Nature.
She does have rage too.
Yes.
Random rage episodes.
Yeah, I think she'd be a good Barbarian.
Barbarian with a druid multi-class is actually not that bad.
All right, well, maybe she will be a Barbarian. We don't know.
And you can be a Barbarian.
A Barbarian.
Oh. What about Lauren/Melees?
Well, I don't know much about the classes, but when I asked everyone what an entitled brat would play, y'all said Warlock. So I'm going to go with Warlock.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of would it be still a celestial patron? So would you still want it to be a divine person? Or do you think it would be like some kind of great old one or fey creature or demon?
Could it just be his reflection?
Okay, so a demon.
Oh my He's made a pact with his own reflection.
Amazing.
Oh my gosh. That is so good. And
That's how you get into that Dorian Gray type.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whoa. This is next level. What about Holly/Faris?
Rogue.
Oh, wow. That was fast.
Oh.
Yeah.
She'd probably be a rogue and a bard multi-class.
Ooh.
College of Spirits.
Ooh.
And she would set up, she'd have a whole fortune telling thing. And while they're communing with the spirits, she'd be reaching and getting their bags of gold.
I love it.
I could see her doing that
So if-
now.
Yeah.
That's true.
Let's do an episode where we all switch classes.
Yes.
I was just thinking that. How fun would that be?
Oh, like a
Oops.
Freaky Friday kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yes.
Ooh.
We get cursed somehow.
Yeah.
If Sono had to have a class, what class would Sono
Oh, I was
be?
wondering who I should do. Whatever class gets kidnapped the most or thinks about kidnapping.
He's an NPC. He's just like a red shirt.
He really
Yeah, I know.
is. Sono.
If Sono were useful, what would his
Oh,
utility be?
man. Just kick some dirt.
Yeah, he's hard to do because he's not useful.
What's a class where you
A
have
wild
no
magic
skills?
sorcerer. Because everything backfires.
I like that. Yeah, a wild magic sorcerer would be good for him.
Good, good.
All of
I
his
like it.
wild magic surges would just be incredibly inconvenient and involve him somehow being kidnapped. Hey there, little buddy. Come here. No, don't look away, Scuttles. You have no reason to be ashamed. I let you down in that last race. I should have done more to help pump you up. You are still the ultimate champion of crab racing in my heart, win or lose. Besides, I think that new crab was cheating somehow. If I didn't know better, I would have thought it was a person and not a crab from the way it behaved. Plus, that one elf kept yelling such hurtful things. And I know that it triggered some really dark memories in you, my sweet friend. But I'm here for you, little buddy. If those jerks come back to the races, we'll be ready for them. Last time, we went gambling. We got a lot of crabs.
which we found out were infesting the city.
And I have eaten none of them.
Good job, Eddie.
Good for me.
Yeah, you haven't eaten the pet
Okay.
crabs.
Do we have a
Thank
sign
you.
that says Miles has gone X many of days without eating
Yeah.
Lenny's crabs?
At least one day, half a day. Oh, no, I had crabs this morning, didn't I?
But they were
But they were
Lenny's
Lanny's
crabs.
crabs.
Yeah.
No, they're not my special crab.
But I feel like really that's all we need to know about last episode. No,
Yeah,
we also
got crabs.
we got crabs.
And I was a crab.
You were a crab,
Yes.
a crab contest.
Crab
And we
racing.
also went to the historical archives, which had some cool ghosts hanging out there, and they helped you get some information about Lear and your marks and other types of things involving that. You're going to go meet Sono at the Sky Market area and have a day on the town as partially for cover to kind of establish your relationship with him, as well as to just make him buy you shit. So
Hilrana is too proud for that. She's like, I got my own money.
that's true.
I am
Now-
not.
Would Sono be late? How do you guys? Would you
I
guys
feel
be on
like-
time?
I feel
he
like he
would
would.
show up in one of those like cités that are carried by
Yes.
people,
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
Okay,
but late.
Late. You all
Half an
are
hour late.
Yeah, you're
But
waiting.
he left to get here on time. But a bunch of stupid stuff happened on the way. That was
Yeah, of course.
He was kidnapped.
Kidnapping on the way.
It's a problem in this
It's a
town.
real problem. That the
It's only a
crabs.
problem for him. Yes, so you were waiting around for a little while in the central part of Sky Market, and eventually you do see Sono pulled up on a palanquin, and he does a little jaunty leap off of it, and
Wow.
then dismisses the people that were carrying him. And he says, "My companions! Oh my gosh, we're going to have such a great day together." He just does all these really big gestures, and he like goes over and he's gonna try to give each one of you a big hug if you will let him. And just be like, "Oh, it's so good to see you. Oh, Laniver.
Okay.
Oh,
You can hug me.
Hilrana. Oh, Miles.
Yeah.
And Faris." And just like a little wiggle at the end of his hugs.
You can't help but wiggle when you hug Faris.
Yeah, it's true.
It's so great to see you, Sona. And just remember, this is all going on your bill.
Oh, of course I have to treat my newfound companions. I have to treat them to a day on the town.
I'm so glad to be dating Sono. He's so
It's
generous
like he does
and
like this
kind
thumbs up.
What a great guy.
and handsome.
Oh, stop it. So I was thinking we would go on a fun tour about town, hit all the hot spots for shopping and activities. And of course, if you have any recommendations, let me know. But I just want to treat my new companions.
Oh, darling. Well, as you mentioned several times, our first stop needs to be the jewelry store to get our little commitment jewelry. You
yes.
know,
Of course. How could I be so foolish
Yes.
as
So
to
Yes.
generous with his money
Oh, you're
and
so-
his love.
yeah, so generous, lover.
Now, there are a few shops up here. We could go to Hilrana's father's jewelry shop.
Yes,
If
what
you
a
want.
brilliant idea.
If you didn't feel like that was, if you want something different
I mean,
from a
he is the
different
best jeweler in the
he
city.
is the
so-
best. So they will take you to Greg's Jewels. I forget what this place is called.
The family jewels.
The Family Jewels. Yes. Okay, I gotta write that down. So take you to the Family Jewels, and there's all kinds of glittering, beautifully cut stones and jewelry. What are you getting for your commitment?
I don't know. I think, well, it can be like, it would have to be some sort of bracelet or necklace, or, it couldn't be, should have probably used another word other than commitment, but we are trying to put on the show.
Is it individual for everybody? Or is it?
yeah.
I think
Okay.
they all need to be matching.
Yes.
Like
yes.
friendship
It would have to
necklaces.
be. Yes, that's what I was thinking. But with jewels that are expensive that we could pawn later if we needed to.
definitely. I don't really like ostentatious things, so if it could be at
It would
least
have to be
tasteful.
Sono's crest. Does he have a personal crest that has colors?
We could all get necklaces with each other's initials, but then
That would be a lot of
Or like
info.
the hearts that you got in like the 90s
A
in high
5-part
school.
heart.
A
One of those,
5-heart heart.
Like grandparent necklaces where it has like the birthstones of your kids. The name.
perfect. I think we could do a 5-part heart necklace. And then it has each one little piece has the gemstones of your birth month. The person who's working for the shop is like, don't ever combine them, or you will face the dangers unspeakable that I can't even say it. Just don't do it.
Miles wants to try to combine them.
Yep, of course. And Sono's like, no, I couldn't. There's dangers that are unspeakable.
I couldn't possibly merge us all.
We'll merge later. Maybe we should merge in private, away from others.
That's what the sign above his bed says. It's just like a street sign.
Just a
Merge.
merge sign.
So now that you have your tokens of affection shared between the 5 of you, he will make a big show of opening the door and laughing loudly as you head back into the market street. All right, well, here are some other things that I was thinking now that we have our commitment necklaces. I could take you to get some fancy clothes for the trip.
Where can we be seen by the most people if this trip is to
It's a good question. We could go for seen by the most people or seen by the right people.
Okay.
If I take you to Sara's Clothiers, which is the most exclusive modiste of all of Claudia, they're very exclusive. It's usually appointment only, but I could probably, if anyone can get an appointment at Sara's Clothiers for my lovely new companions, then it would be me, Prince Sono.
Afterwards, could we go to the fountain square and then get our portraits drawn by the portraiteur?
You're such a romantic. I love it. Lots of people will see that too if we stay there for a while. There are some other shops too, but let's go get some outfits for the trip. Now, this is not going to be an episode where we take 5 hours to describe every single thing that we try on.
Okay. Damn. I know exactly what Miles is getting.
You're brought to Lark's Way in the upper terrace. It's probably the fanciest area of the city, other than where the palace is itself. And you go to a beautiful shop called Sara's Clothiers. And it says appointment only in the window, and has all these beautiful, elegant, avant-garde gowns and outfits in these big display windows. And you enter in, and a little bell rings on the shop door, and the person looks up and says, "I'm sorry, we don't have," and they say, Prince Sono, I wasn't expecting you. And you see that it is a summer Eladrin sitting at a receptionist's desk. And they look up and smile and stand up and welcome you all in. You've brought guests. Wonderful. And so it's like, Soleil, it's wonderful to see you again. These are my new wonderful companions. We have Faris, Miles, Hilrana, and Laniver. Aren't they all just so charming? I'm completely smitten. And he'll go over and try. Who would seem the most receptive to like a kiss on the cheek?
Do it.
From Sono. Okay, he'll go over and give you a kiss on the cheek. And Soleil will say, "Oh, how wonderful. So you want to outfit 4 people? Unannounced? Yeah, I guess we could fit you in. Let me just go talk to my brother." And they will head back into a back room, and you hear some arguing. And then a few minutes later, out comes a very surly-looking winter Eladrin.
Ooh.
Which season are you today?
Spring.
He stomps out and he looks at all of you, looks at Sono with a very angry, disappointed gaze, and says, "Fine, come on. I'll figure something out." And you are brought into a back area of the main part of the shop where there's all these different gowns on displays. It's kind of like a bridal showroom.
Yeah.
Except private. And you are brought some champagne by Soleil. "Now, what are you looking for?" says the Winter Eladrin, who will introduce himself as Diamond.
Hello, Diamond.
Wonderful. Sono, so great to see you here. Now, what are you wanting?
I think we're looking for some clothing that would be appropriate for airship travel.
Oh, how pedestrian. Anything else?
I would like to try something avant-garde.
Something cutting edge. Interesting. All right. The rest of you, airship clothing, basic necessity.
No, honey, I want something that makes me look like I don't have anything on.
The whole point is to show something interesting to people. If you're not
My
wearing
body
it.
is what's interesting.
Well, you don't have to come here for that.
Oh, you're not up to the challenge. That's okay, sweetie. Thanks anyway.
You can make a persuasion check.
Not good. 11.
If you want to have some kind of nude look showcasing your body, then feel free to do that. But I don't do that at my establishment. And Soleil comes in and they say, "It's fine. I will help you figure something out that will just look spectacular on you.
Wonderful.
He's just in a little bit of a bad mood, but it'll be great. We'll get you something that will just be perfect."
Thank you.
I want to look like a sky pirate.
"I can help you with that," says Soleil before Diamond is about to say something rude to you. "All right. You wanted a skyship look?
Oh, yes, whatever.
Anything in particular you wanted it to feature?"
What are you most excited about right now?
He circles around you a few times and looks very appraisingly in a disdainful way. "Suppose you could do something structural, something very big in the shoulders, cinched in the waist, and lots of spiky bits coming off of it to ward off things that are in the sky."
All right.
So no
insane-looking costume.
no, absolutely no feedback to try to guide what your outfit is going to be. Okay.
Does he have anything does he have a book?
No, absolutely not. Each outfit is
sketches?
No, he has sketches, but they aren't for you. He is doing a custom.
Okay.
Every piece that he makes is custom and made for the particular person that is wearing it. There's nothing off the rack. There's no pre-made clothing. There are things that are display, but you can't get that outfit. That's not for you.
All right.
I'm going to look like one of those Hulk guards that you put on little tiny dogs.
Oh my god. Oh no.
It's a very tight-fitted vest with really huge shoulder pads. And this is all illusory being projected over your outfit that you're currently wearing. Okay, well this, and then he sees things being rearranged by Diamond. And it's big shoulders. And then the whole back...
Oh no. And that's the look that Wendy would have on her face wearing it.
It's a bright
god. I can't wear this anymore.
I've never seen
I'm going to finish
these
describing
before.
it for people who have not seen a hawk vest for dogs. It's a incredibly fluorescent looking orange color. It has these big spikes coming off the back of it, off of the arms, down the arms, and then also shooting off of the back all the way down the length of your spine, including onto the butt, and almost like a porcupine. And then the bottom of it comes in very cinched at the legs, it's a skirt, and it comes together almost like the shape of like an ice cream cone, so you can barely move your feet.
Oh, wow. I'm afraid that this isn't going to work for me on any level. I'm a violinist and I can't have quite this many.
Well, you didn't give me any feedback. You can make a persuasion check.
I got a 10.
He gives you a filthy look and the illusion is gone and is like, "I can't work with this one." All right, you, what do you want? Any guidance for me? I would rather know before somebody complains about my spectacular work.
I feel like it's a combination of derelict meets super structured everyday items that have become.
Okay, so maybe what is one of Miles' favorite objects that he would like to be transformed into?
A mirror.
Oh.
He loves mirrors.
A mirror.
We're wearing a giant mirror ball
Interesting.
outfit.
It's going to be great with your mirrored shield too.
Yeah, it'll match.
So he makes you a rectangular structured, well, he doesn't make it, he illusions it onto you. It has this gold filigree around the edges of it in a very fancy frame that comes down, and it goes down to about your knees, and it's this rectangular, almost like if you've ever seen the costumes of the people that are flying squirrel type costumes. It's that type of shape to it, but with an incredibly reflective magical surface on the front, and the back is gold.
I'm into it. Does this impede his movement?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Is this what you were looking for?
Miles looks in the mirror and he sees in his reflection his own reflection reflected back a million times, infinity, and he's in love with it.
And that's when he makes the pact. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no.
Miles has seen eternity in his own reflection.
I got an 8.
Something clicks slightly in your brain as you're staring at the infinite reflection of yourself, and there's just a slight shift. Don't know exactly what it is, but something in your mind changes slightly in that moment.
Ooh.
Does this change reflect in like his emotions or mannerisms at all?
It's very subtle right now. It's like just something very slightly changed about Miles. Find out maybe if it amplifies. Dangerous to wear this outfit. We can call it maybe like a point of ego corruption.
That doesn't sound good.
That sounds like that's definitely a positive.
Yeah, positive.
Change for the better.
Right. Yeah.
So write
Just a
down
little ego corruption. It's fine.
1 point of ego corruption for Miles. Meanwhile, Soleil will bring you some glasses of champagne that is probably the best champagne you've ever had. So what were you looking for? You said you wanted something where you looked like nude but not nude. Any other details about it?
Yeah, so very form-fitting with a very long train. Silky,
Okay.
the color of my skin.
Yeah, I can do that. And she will very easily illusion up a prototype of this gorgeous rose pink, perfectly blending in with the shades of your skin. It's tight fitted with the long train, just looking incredible.
Yay.
And Hilrana, what did you want for your outfit? You said again you wanted something that looked like a sky pirate.
Sky pirate, but a sky pirate fox.
A sky pirate fox. Do you want like fur type things?
I want a
going
furry
on?
tail and some ears.
So a furry in a sky pirate,
Yes.
and she absolutely makes you the best fox-ish with like the little fox ears and the tail. What color fox did you want to be? Like a red fox or Arctic fox?
Ooh,
Or
I'm gonna be a black fox.
black fox.
Ooh.
It's very cool. And it somehow reads both Sky Pirate and Fox
Nice.
at the same time. She's very good at her
The
job.
ears help. The
The
ears and the
ears do
tail.
help. And so you have your lovely outfits, or no outfit.
No
I heard
outfit.
it again. You don't want your, are you sure? He says,
No.
are you sure you haven't changed your mind?
I don't want that. No.
Have you changed your mind about kind of being a jerk?
Sono, get these people out of my establishment. And Sono was like, oh, yeah, you know what? I think we gotta get going anyway. So
I just can't believe
let's-
someone is allowed to
let's
speak
go
to the prince
ahead
like
and
this.
Go out and it's just fine. It's fine. I'll take my companions elsewhere. I'm very sorry to have upset you at all, Diamond. And while I don't necessarily appreciate your behavior, I do appreciate your artistry and accommodating what we have requested of you. Well, wow, I was really hoping it would just be Soleil, but it was Diamond as well, and I'm really sorry.
Oh, no worries. It's fine.
Anyway, we're having so much fun. We've got such beautiful outfits. Now, where would we like to go next? We could stop for a bit of a treat, or we could go to...
I thought we were gonna get our portraits painted.
Oh, yes. Do you want to go get a treat and then go get our portraits painted during the golden hour?
Yeah.
Yes,
Mm.
sounds wonderful.
So yes, he brings you to Delia's Delicacies, which is a pastry shop and chocolatier where you see a bunch of nobles that are sitting around, mostly couples, and the menu is incredibly overpriced for what you're getting. It's just like these teeny, tiny little things. It's basically like if you were to go to a like popular Instagram type spot, except for stupid nobles I hate nobility apparently in Mirador.
It has
It's-
like one of those walls with like
Yes.
the wings painted on it
Yes,
for a
exactly.
selfie.
Yeah, there's wings and there's a sketch artist that is sketching a couple in front of it. You also can make a perception check while you're there if you would like to.
I got an 18.
15.
18.
Oh, critical fail.
So the 18s, everybody except for Hilrana really sees over in one of the corners, a little bit secluded, talking to each other and giggling a little bit. First you catch the dark hair of somebody that looks somewhat familiar, and they turn and it is Lady Jalessa. And with her is the muddy brown, very plain looking Lord Steve.
Steve.
Oh, Faris is so happy. She don't want to interrupt though.
Well, I need to talk to her because things are going crazy.
Oh, that's true. I guess we do need to talk to
You
her.
didn't see her though. So.
I know, but I'm just saying if I did. When I see her, right now I'm looking at chocolate, so I'm distracted.
Yeah.
Sono is also distracted. He's helping you pick out. You're just going crazy for chocolates.
Miles will look at them and be like, Steven?
Steve will perk up. Miles!
Hey.
Wow! Hey!
Oh, what are you doing here?
I'm just here with Jalessa. And Jalessa will stand up and say, oh my gosh, Miles, Laniver, Faris. Is Hilrana with you?
Yes, she's right over at the counter. It's so good to see you again.
You look over at the counter and Sono's like shoveling chocolates into his mouth.
I feel like me and
Just
Sona
like
are
a
having
little
like
bite,
a chocolate
yes.
eating contest. We're like, it's so good.
And then he'll like try to feed you a piece of chocolate and it's very awkward.
He'll just
There's
slap it out of his hand.
Oh, so this kitty's got claws.
Oh my God. Can't take them anywhere.
I visibly die a little
I know.
bit.
He's trying so hard, but he's so bad at it.
And also, I'm kind of having fun with him now. So he's like, I kind of like him a little bit more now.
Oh.
But I also hate that I like him a little bit more.
Yeah.
'Cause I
Okay.
like hating him.
So you all are, you made it back to Mirador safely. It's great to see you.
It is wonderful to see you, Steve and Jalissa.
Yes.
How are you?
Oh, I'm doing well. Things are going pretty good.
And how's your brother, Marius?
Oh, Marius is fine. He's back on the island. He's thinking about going on a trip soon, actually. So that's nice. It'll
Oh,
be.
that would be good for him.
Yes, yeah. And have you all been up to anything? Anything interesting?
Well, we went out to the Serlin Forest for a party. That
Wow,
was
okay.
very interesting. I got to see a very untraditional wedding ceremony.
Interesting.
Very
Did you
exciting.
pick up anything that was cool? Because we're actually planning something.
Oh,
And you notice at that moment that they both have like engagement rings on.
Oh my goodness.
congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah, it was pretty fast, but Steve and I both agreed. Yeah, we figured it, we kind of hit it off after a little bit of guidance. And he gives Faris a wink.
Oh, she'll give him one back.
That, we had a lot in common actually, and it's going to work out really great for both of us. And just like, yeah, I think it's a really good arrangement and we'll be a good couple.
Can I do an insight
We are a
check?
good couple.
Inside check.
And you can, by this point, you can come over and notice them if you want to be done eating chocolates.
And my mouth is still full of chocolate.
Just come over, chocolate smeared all over your face.
I just got a 5. So,
A 5.
yeah.
Yeah, it seems pretty normal. Pretty normal behavior for both of them.
Romance must be in the air because we're a quintuple ourselves.
Yes, look at me with all. We have to. I guess we do. Yes, these are all my lovely new companions. We just couldn't resist being around each other. And what did you get? Not Faris.
I got a
Hilrana?
20, but not a nat 20.
You definitely know that it seems like they seem like they're happy, but there's no romantic chemistry there.
Yeah, so they just decided that
Yes.
it would work out.
Yeah, and you also vaguely remember that Jalessa had mentioned at some point that she needed to get married or she'd get cut off.
Yeah.
And so that's probably what's going on there.
Oh, well, And here we are pretending to be in a relationship with Sono. So who are we to judge?
Pretending.
No, I didn't say that.
It's a delight to see you all. Do you mind if we... No, I'll leave you two lovers alone.
Jalessa, I need are you available sometime soon to talk about this whole island Lear business?
Oh, yeah. I can talk now for a little bit if you'd like.
Well, I don't know if you've noticed, but things are a little strange.
I've only been back in the city for a day or two, so I'm not 100% sure what you're talking about.
Well, it's all gone to hell, Jalessa.
I guess we've been in a bit of a love bubble, and she holds Steve's hand and he gives a little kiss.
There's an impending war.
That's real.
Yeah. No, it's pretty serious. And we think it has to do with Lear, which you were kind of involved with, so.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what I would do about that information.
Well, we need to get Princess Celeste and Prince Grant back together somehow to, break this curse.
Yes, and we are definitely not going on a trip to do something involving that. We are going on a diplomatic trip together as a group of lovers.
Exactly.
Like holding my forehead.
Yeah.
Like,
But
oh
if
God,
on
Sona.
this end you happen to be able to talk to Princess Celeste,
I was going to visit when I came back because I am one of her ladies' maids, but the palace has been shut down. I can keep trying to get in. Is there a message you'd want me to relay to her? And Sona will, before you can answer, just butt in and say, listen, she doesn't listen to anything that anyone says, or at least she doesn't listen to me. So Jalessa, I don't think she's going to listen to you. But sure, if you want to give her a message, go for it.
It might help to tell her about the things that have happened on your island and how outlandish they were. It's some kind of evidence towards there being some supernatural involvement with all of these odd occurrences.
I can definitely try to get a message to her. Is there anything else you wanted to include, Hilrana?
I think I would tell Jalessa kind of what we've learned since then.
Okay, yeah.
And like what we learned at the archives and why we need to get them back together. And so she can kind of maybe have more evidence whenever she goes to talk to Celeste.
Yes. While you're doing that, Sono is going to have an incredibly loud conversation with Steve to try to cover up anybody being able to hear what you're saying. So I'm just going to make somebody want to roll a performance check for Steve for me? He doesn't have a
Sure.
modifier.
Steve got a 4.
Sono got a 3.
Oh my gosh.
So they
Oh,
are
God.
doing a terrible, terrible, terrible job of talking about like,
They can't
Yes.
think of anything to say.
I really like ducks.
yeah, ducks.
Aren't they fantastic?
Did you see them?
I did. I saw the ducks.
I know. I love ducks. You're so funny. I
Yes.
love ducks.
Oh, ducks.
Oh, you rascal.
And they quack.
Look, it just keeps going. It is kind of hard to concentrate on your conversation, but eventually you can
Quack.
tell her everything. Yeah, so anything else you want to talk to them about before you head out and get your portrait done?
No, I think that.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So Jalessa promises to try her very best while you are gone to get some kind of communication or an audience with Celeste.
She could pretend that it's to talk about her engagement.
Yes, exactly. That's a great idea. I won't bring Steve with me. As they're talking loudly about ducks.
Yeah.
Well, it was wonderful to see you all, and Steve will come out of his duck conversation and say, "Yeah, it was great to see you all. I hope that once we get things all sorted out, that we can, you guys can come to the wedding."
Oh, that would be lovely.
Wonderful, but not any time too soon. Yes, not for a little while. It's taking a long time to plan.
There's still hope for these two. I want them to fall in love.
Yes.
It's a very long engagement. So, yeah, that you can head out from Delia's Delicacies and get a pose by the fountain. What is your group pose looking like for the artist?
Prince Sona should be in the middle.
Yeah.
Big grin.
Oh,
no, how
boy.
about his arms around two people with thumbs up?
Perfect.
And then can he have two people with their heads on like his legs?
I was going to say
Yes.
Faris would be
Yeah.
like that femme fatale,
yes,
like
I would do that.
Yeah.
around the leg pose you always see in old movie posters.
Okay, who's on the
and
other
stuff.
leg?
Elias will do the same
Okay,
thing on the
perfect.
other leg.
So the guys are on the legs, and then he has his arm around Hilrana and Lanny.
What is
Thumbs
Chadley
up.
with us?
Chadley's not with you. He stayed home. So after your portrait is done, the artist says that he will touch it up and then send it to the palace for you. And I will definitely frame it in my boudoir so I can gaze upon us all and just remember this wonderful moment. It's so nice to have 4 new sexy companions.
Yes, isn't it?
The artist looks like really uncomfortable.
Yeah. That is fair.
Sona, maybe tone it down a little bit.
Oh, you think? I'm just trying to like get people to notice
No, I know.
us.
I think they're gonna notice us for the wrong reasons.
Oh
so.
shit! Really?
Yeah.
Let's just
I
try
think it's great.
a little more subtle. Maybe
Oh gosh.
you could hold hands with different, like a couple of us while we're walking. Just
Okay, I thought you wanted me to hold everyone's hands, and I was like, how
we
do
only
I-
have 2.
That seems.
Oh my God. Here, Sona, I'll hold your hand.
Okay. wonderful. Thank you, Lanny. And he will hold your hand. His hand is very sweaty.
Oh, good.
He'll wipe it
Just
off,
like
and then
I
it will
like
be
it.
a gentle, soft hand. The sun is beginning to set, and he says, well, it's been a delightful day. There are other places we could go if you want to continue our day and make a show of things, or is that not what we're doing anymore?
No, I mean, we are out here to be seen by people as your new companions, so I think we should be rather ostentatious about it.
Okay.
Like, is there a carnival or something?
I'm
Or-
thinking I take you to the upper terrace branch of the Naughty Nymph, and we can purchase some items there, maybe shop for some sexy negligee.
Perfect.
I
Let's
don't
go.
know. I feel really awkward about this, but
I
like
do
that's
too,
where I would have
but-
that's where I would have taken somebody that I was in like a sexy relationship
Yeah.
with.
Let's
we
go.
should do it.
It does make the story more believable.
It's either that or we could go to the Labyrinth of Love, which is a like 5-hour lovers escape room type maze.
Oh my god.
Where
Let's go
will more
shopping.
people
Let's go
see us?
We'll never get out of that escape room if Sono's there.
Yeah, I usually only save that for people. Like I only really went to that with Bernadette. It's actually really good. It changes all the time too.
That sounds great.
Well, that sounds fun.
Actually,
Anyway, Naughty Nymph, and he will walk off holding Lanny's hand.
Aww.
So Laniver, I hate to be taking you away from your musical pursuits while you're coming on this trip.
Oh, it's all right. They've actually found an understudy for me, so he'll
okay.
be filling in as the violinist while I'm away. So I think they'll be all right.
I hope so. I think that, I don't know. I don't really see how anyone could replace somebody of your
Oh.
talent, but
You're being very kind. It's in a city like this, there are several people who could definitely replace me.
I suppose maybe Aquaria, but
Oh, certainly Aquaria is much more talented than I am.
anyway, well, I'm glad that they found someone and that hopefully when you return, you can still continue your musical pursuits. I feel really bad, and he directs this to everybody. I feel really bad that I'm getting you involved with this. If you want to back out, you can. It's really okay. I can go with my original plan.
No, it's fine. That's what friends are for.
Oh, we're friends?
I think we
No.
are.
No?
no, I don't think it's a friend situation.
Okay.
I think it's our duty to try to prevent a war.
It's a dutiful relationship with Miles, the man that I made out with while nude. It's a
Dutifully.
friend relationship with Hilrana, who called me an idiot. What about the other two? I'm very confused.
Friendship. Yes, friendship.
Oh, wonderful. That's nice. A nice straightforward one that seemed like it. Probably that's correct. Okay, and Faris.
So, no, honey, I like you a lot. I think you're a very, very sweet person. I actually think you're very intelligent, but you scare me with all your kidnapping schemes. I'm afraid somebody's going to get hurt. And, sugar, I don't want that to be me.
Oh gosh, Faris, you're right.
So I'd rather help you. I think with the five
But-
of us together.
Are you saying that you feel like we have a friend vibe, like
Yes.
a maybe potential future
Oh, honey.
romance vibe?
I never rule out the potential of romance with anybody. But right now,
Friend.
we were just trying to help save the realm from war.
Okay, so none of this will eventually develop into true feelings. I just need to make sure that I mark that down in my brain so that I keep that door closed.
We don't know the future, so.
Well,
Sono could be rather
mean-
fluid.
I'm just saying, when you go on like a daring adventure, how are your hearts not going to meet someone else's and find something in there?
Well, so no, I don't think we can rule anything out right now.
So you're saying there's a chance of 5-some?
Oh, no.
No, I think let's
Absolutely.
just go to
In all sincerity.
the store.
Yes.
Okay, I think it's good that we develop what our
so no, you
relationships
just
are and our
have to-
boundaries.
Well, so no, to be quite honest, isn't your goal eventually to get back with Bernadette?
Yes, but while you're on a long airship journey, who knows what you're supposed to do to pass the time?
Okay.
Oh,
Well, I like to, as you said earlier, merge in private. So
Yes, but we're going in a
yes.
very public sexual place, so can we set some boundaries on what is cool and not cool for me to do while we're in this shop?
Don't lick my face.
I'm also in the do not lick my face, please.
No face licking.
Thank you.
You can lick my face.
Okay, I will lick Faris's face.
We can make out.
Okay, we can make out.
I don't mind you groping my butt.
Okay, butt gropes are on the
But
table.
keep it to the backside. Let's not get too crazy. It's in public.
Yes. Oh no, I wouldn't have done anything beyond what you were saying. That's actually a little bit more than I thought we were going to talk about. But I'll definitely be happy to grope your butt in a consensual friend way.
You can
Would it-
put an arm around my waist.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You could touch the front of my leg, but not the inside.
Front of the leg. That's pretty fair.
You can look at me adoringly from the other side of the room.
Okay, and you'll keep being mean to me, so it has that kind of dynamic, right?
Yes, but then I'll keep looking at you though. We don't want people to think I hate you.
Well, no, but it could be like a harsh mistress type.
Okay.
You're the
Scenario.
dom.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you want me to fawn over you and then you get
No.
mad at me, or just
Oh.
be across the room?
You could do that from the other side of the room.
As far
Anyways,
away as
of course.
possible.
What do you feel comfortable with?
I would love to participate in the consensual groping with the both of you.
Okay,
At the same
paired
time.
grope. Okay.
Three-way
Three-way
groping.
grope. Okay.
And-
Three-way butt grope. Hand around the waist. Stay as far away as possible.
But look
Okay.
at me
But
adoringly.
look adoring.
Look at her the entire time you're groping us.
Don't stop looking at me.
Never break eye contact.
Wow, this is going to be really tough to shop. But
Please don't touch my hair because I don't like it if it gets frizzy.
oh, of course.
Thank you.
Of course, of course. This is great. I feel much more comfortable and not as freaked out about going into this place.
Hey there, it's your DM and pal Emily. How are you doing? Oh my gosh, I'm so happy that you're here with me. Out of all the ways that you could spend your time, you're here listening to our podcast, and that is an incredible honor. Special shout out to Tom or at TD Silas Comedy on Twitter. Thanks for spreading the word about the show and for always being such a kind and amazing supporter of what we do. If you want a chance for a special mention in a future episode, make sure to tweet at @RollForRomance. We'd love if you could share the show with a friend, lover, enemy that could one day be a lover. Just let them know that they might enjoy our ribald romantic ridiculousness. Because hey, we now have a special recap episode that covers episode 1 through 4, so that they can skip past some of our less than stellar quality of the first few episodes. I think the content wasn't bad, but you all know if you've listened that the audio quality was not great, and we're always striving to make it better. So that's a great incentive to let people get past that and see what we're all about. And as always, we have our coffee with our thirsty TTRPG creations, as well as a space to support the show monetarily, if you're so inclined. Thanks again for your continued love and support. It means the world to us. Also, no sponsors or ads today, but I just want to say, as an aside, that this would have been the perfect episode for an adult store sponsorship like Adam and Eve or something along those lines. So that's the ultimate goal, is that one day we will have some Adam and Eve ads on our episodes because we're going to a sex shop next. Yay! Speaking of which, again, we have the content warnings in the episode notes if you want to skip past some of the more adult stuff that's coming up. And with all of that said, that's it for today. Now let's get back to the action.
When you go in, it is a much more fancy version of the Naughty Nymph that you had been in before in the lower terrace. It has
Is it like one of those like creepy sex shops where there's
No.
no windows and there's like a basement and
no,
like
it's actually very bright.
okay.
And like the shop windows have all kinds of things like right up in that window. What else is going on in here?
I think they'd have couch. Like there would be an area where if you wanted to go try something on, you could have like a area where you could come out and show your lover or look at yourself if you
Yes.
are not currently, if you don't have a lover, maybe you have many lovers, too many to bring, but that would be sectioned off from the rest of the store discreetly.
Perfect. Yeah.
So just for the relationship aspect, are we all in a relationship with each other, or is it we just all each have individual relationships with Sono?
That's a great question, and I'm happy to do it either way. Do you want to all be in a
I would rather not.
quintangle?
Quintanglement.
Not what we've already been doing,
Pentagon.
because once this
Pentagon,
this
thank you.
here is over, I still have to hang out with these people.
Yeah.
So
And I don't
love
want
Pentagon.
everyone in the town thinking that we broke up. I'd rather them just think we broke up with you.
Okay, I think that's
I
fair.
kind of felt that way too.
So is there anything that you guys want to get while you are in the Naughty Nymph? There's all kinds of stuff, including magical items.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I was specifically going to make a big production out of getting a Liberator chaise.
A chaise?
Yeah,
What is
nice.
that?
Jeez, how-
Yes.
Okay.
That would yeah,
Do they
but
sell those?
I was going to think, it's magic, okay? Just
Please
don't
explain
question
what
it.
this is.
it's to help you get into certain positions, especially particularly if you may have arthritis or another body issue that may make maintaining a position difficult, but you want to experience the pleasure of that position. It just will aid you in getting into.
Ah,
And
that's
they often
good.
come with straps.
Yes.
It's like a yoga block for sex.
Nice.
But this one's a chaise.
Yeah, that's fancy.
very fancy. Will go beautifully in your boudoir.
Well, it's pretty obnoxious and would cause a big deal. A lot of people would notice it being bald, and you only buy
Yes.
that for certain things,
and
really.
Sono will be like, I can't wait to use this with you later, darling, and we'll put a hand on your butt.
Oh.
Anything else I can get for you?
Liberators for everyone.
Oh, for all of us. That'll have to be a very large space. But if anyone's game for it, it's me.
I am interested in the wand of Hitachi.
Oh, yes. A very expensive item. You can definitely get that. It does also have some spells built into it, and now I have to think of what spells are built into it. The Wand of Hitachi has a perpetual enchantment on it that makes it vibrate when you press like a gem on it. A very powerful vibration. But it also, I think, should have some other magical properties so you can use it in battle.
Oh, that would be, like a vibrating stone that you could telepathically.
Yeah.
Remote control.
Yes.
Yeah.
Could it do like
Telepathically control.
lightning damage or something?
Jesus.
Yeah, I think you could maybe cast like lightning lore with it in combat. So whatever arcane energy is powering this thing, you can discharge it and as to cast lightning lore from it. Well, and some people are into getting zapped. Not me, but that is a thing. Thrilling.
Get-
Just don't use them at the same time.
I'm gonna get some nipple clamps.
Nipple clamps.
Magical.
Sona will help you pick out some magical nipple
Magical
clamps.
nipple clamps.
Okay, what kind of enchantment are you hoping that these nipple clamps will bring you?
What are some options?
Well, it is a shop for primarily love and romance and sexual encounters. So I would say that maybe you could cast, I don't know.
Shocking grasp.
Shocking grasp. No. I think they could give you a benefit for a charisma check. Give you advantage on charisma checks while in a scenario that you're wearing the nipple clamps and they're exposed.
They have to be
Oh, okay. They
exposed.
have to be
Yes.
When are they
exposed.
not exposed?
Okay.
So people have to be able to see the clamps on your nipples.
Yeah, okay.
Sono is watching you from afar as you're looking at the wand and looking lovingly towards you. I'm gonna make a performance check. That's not bad. He's pretty convincing.
We previously established that Lanny doesn't know what BDSM is. So I think I'm just walking around looking very confused. Like, I do not know what I'm looking
Sure.
at.
Sono will come and put his hand around your waist and say, "Are you looking for anything in particular? I see that this equipment seems to have caught your eye."
She's like, why is there weapons in this?
I don't know what it is that I'm looking for. I don't think.
Have you ever encountered anything like this before, or?
Well, there was the one time that was confusing in the.
When you were kidnapped.
Yeah, when I was kidnapped, we were kidnapped for that, weren't we? We were drugged and kidnapped.
Whoa.
Hmm.
And you all said that kidnapping is not prevalent.
We're just over it.
No, we just said we didn't want to do it. It obviously happens a lot.
A shopkeeper will come up to you. She is a wood elf. And,
Oh God, no.
hi.
Hello.
Can I help you with anything? Do you want to try anything on? Do you need any information about what these different products do? I would love to assist you.
Oh,
I see that you're looking at our flail. Our cat of nine tails is what it's called if you're interested.
what does it do?
Oh, well, you can use it to... Would you like a demonstration?
Sure, yes, I guess.
She gestures to Sono, and Sono will bend himself over and she'll give him a smack on the butt.
Oh,
Yeah, it's for that. It's for, contact. Play. I guess that's what it's called.
so no, was that okay with you?
Oh, yeah, heck. I mean, it's right now it's pretty neutral because we're in a public space, but it can be fun. Yeah,
Alright.
sometimes people find pleasure in pain or being dominated or being tied up or all kinds of things. So if you're willing to expand your sexual horizons, I'd be happy to help you. Not personally, but I can give you many different implements and tools that could aid you on your sexual journey.
Lani just has this very deer in headlights look in her eyes.
She'll make an insight check. That's pretty good. Oh, and of course, you're free to browse on your own and just take things at your own pace.
Maybe that would be for the
Okay.
best. Thank you so much for your help.
Wonderful. Ma'am, do you need any help? She will go over to Faris.
Absolutely. I am interested in this array of strut devices.
Ah, yes, of course.
Yes, I would like one. What can you tell me a little bit about this one that looks like
Sure.
green marble?
Green marble. Yes, that's a very popular one. Emily doesn't know what to say about it. What do you want it to have any kind of magical capabilities?
Charm monster when you're wearing it.
What'd you say?
Charm monster.
So this is, are you a warrior of sorts?
Oh, no.
Well, you could use it in the boudoir for normal functions. Or if you take it out on an adventure and you encounter a monster, you can reveal it and use its essence that is charged within it to charm the monster. It's as if it sees it and it just cannot look away and it's just so charmed by you.
Wonderful. Can you add that to Sono's tab?
Absolutely, of course. Yes, wonderful.
Mealy's is gonna come over and say, "Hey, can I take a look at that?"
That's what I was. Absolutely. Oh, there's so many more.
He's gonna take it in his hand and take the girth in his hand and kind of inspect it and then just be like, "Rather small, isn't it?" and give her a wink.
Oh. Would you like to try it on, sir, to make sure it's the right size?
Do you have a bigger one?
Not that has the same enchantment, but yes, we have plenty of larger items.
That's more what I'm used to working with.
Do you have one of those
course, of course.
helicopter
Yes,
shield that makes a shield in front
There's
of
one
you?
that casts gust from it as it helicopters around. This is the worst episode I've ever done in my life.
I love it.
Is there anything else you're looking for? And someone will say, well, we are having a very amorous relationship with each other, but it's also one of the heart. Do you have any things that help you open up to a companion, reveal your increase intimacy on an emotional and soul
We could get
level?
drugs from my dad.
No, I was wondering if there's anything that helps you connect with other people in a meaningful way and find
ecstasy,
out more.
right?
Well, we do have some magic items, but
Hilrana's got a problem.
I can't give you drugs. I don't have drugs.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I can get drugs. I already have some. I have some in my bag. Do you guys need?
Please don't. Put that on the shop.
What is it? Oh, I forgot Greg was. Yeah. Okay. This all makes sense.
I don't know when Hilrana got into drugs.
Just on the
casually,
side.
But it's a thing now.
Well, I would prefer if we didn't show or discuss those types of things in my shop, but I do have things, but if you would rather do drugs, that's fine.
I feel like since Hilrana's dad is her drug dealer, she doesn't actually have any drugs. It's
No.
all candy, but she thinks
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's placebo.
Just as a sugar
Yeah.
high.
it's just sugar. Yeah, it's a sugar high. We all see this phone Light shining on it.
Singular pedestal.
What
Just a
is
photo.
this? I don't know why it's shaped like this. It's called a pahone. It's from the distant lands across the sea. It's created by master tinkerers
What does it do?
and enchanters. Well, it lets you have a glimpse, kind of like an oracular type of glimpse into a relationship that you have with somebody. Not necessarily to reveal all their secrets, to get a sense of like what your relationship is like, how you can strengthen your bonds. It really helps with couples sometimes, or people who are looking for love and want to make sure that the person that they're with has the right intentions.
Oh, that sounds great, doesn't it, Sono?
This actually sounds really useful.
Does
Like
sound
genuinely,
useful.
this sounds great.
I would
To
love
learn more about my lovely
Yes, we could
companions.
strengthen our relationship.
Why don't you give it a try, Sono?
Sure. Do you mind? She said, well, it can only be used once a day, so I guess if you want to purchase it, just know that it wouldn't be able to be used again. So if you want to, sure, of course, Prince, you're welcome to. What am I supposed to do with it? You place it against your face and you speak into it. You pick up the pahone, the crystal,
The crystal pahone.
crystal pahone.
Like the whole unit. He doesn't know to do the handset.
Yes, he picks up the whole thing. The crystal pahone for dreams. Your dream partner, the dream pahone. And he says, I would like to know how.
What do you ask about Bernadette?
I think he's trying to decide
Okay,
whether
sorry.
he should
I
do
didn't
that.
know if you were
he
trying to
He should do
decide.
that in public.
Okay.
I would like to know about how I can strengthen my relationship with the lovely Miles. And so he's going to Miles, because it's you, and it normally would be with an NPC, so I would provide the information, but yeah, give us a tidbit of how Sono could strengthen his relationship with you.
Well, he could. I was gonna say he could kidnap me and take me to a sexy island where we like jog in the sand and roll around in the beach waves and
No one else is hearing this except for Sono.
He's like, you're kidnapping.
He's looking
Oh,
at
yes.
Miles and he's like,
Miles has secretly just wanted to be kidnapped this whole time.
Oh, who doesn't, right?
wow.
But then
Miles.
Faris is also there.
Ooh.
Okay, yeah, that was great. This pahone is really cool. And he flushes a lot. He turns a darker blue.
What did it do?
It gave me some insight into a way that I could bond with Miles.
Oh.
And Miles.
It seems we have a shared interest in kidnapping.
Oh,
Miles, really?
No, I'm not into kidnapping. That's
No,
ridiculous.
of course. No, I'm so sorry, Miles. I misspoke. I mean catnapping.
Cat, we
Oh,
love,
oh,
yeah,
you could
I
say
love
that,
a good
yeah.
nap.
It is nice to take a nap together.
Yes, so maybe we can take a nap on the trip together. I'll be the little spoon or the big spoon, whichever one you prefer.
That sounds more like something Lanny would enjoy.
Maybe the pahone is always right. But like I said, you can only use it once a day, so it's not going to work again. I'm so sorry if anyone else wanted to test it. Now, would you like to purchase this item?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely, yes. Yes. Okay. Anything else we want before we head out and have our sexy evening together?
I
I
just
give
think-
everyone an individual wink. So let's get you a magical item because everybody else has gotten a magical item except for you, Lanny. Now, what do you think? And it doesn't have to be a sexy thing if you don't want it to be. It could be more of a romantic thing if you prefer that. Either one's fine.
A candle with a ghost in it.
Okay, you can get a ghost candle.
I'm gonna definitely get a ghost candle.
A sexy
on the table.
A sexy ghost.
It is okay. Yes. So this is a companion candle, which is if you light it, a spirit who has willingly been bound to it will come and be your companion.
Oh, that doesn't sound so
A
bad.
sexy ghost that comes out of the candle, and
Nice. Okay.
you know.
That's cool.
All right. So you all have gotten your items. You've had a great time at the Naughty Nymph. It's time for it to close up. And Sono says, well, I think we should all probably go home and pack before our trip tomorrow. I will see you all at noon. Why? I don't know why you're laughing, but
Because I was thinking of off the wall things I could ask for. And I thought of edible underwear that squirrel sized.
You just at the checkout, you just get an extra present for Chadley.
Extra,
In case
small.
he has a girlfriend, you know.
Yeah.
So you buy some edible squirrel.
It's peanut flavored.
You all head back to Greg's house, and you can do any prep that you want for the trip. Laniver, is there anything in particular you want to do before you head out of town and pack and such?
I'm going to write a note that I can drop off with Keith.
Okay,
Just like
perfect.
explaining what's going on. And that I don't know exactly when I'll be back, so I understand whatever he needs to do is fine.
And Faris, you get back to your room for the evening. Is there anything you would like to do to prep for the trip?
No, nothing in particular.
You're starting to just pack some various robes and other fancy things that Faris has, and you hear the voice of your patron behind you saying, I really wouldn't bring that. That's a bit revealing for a diplomatic trip, don't you think?
I thought this was your favorite.
It is, and I would love to see you wearing it now.
All right. So she's just going to completely take off, which is stupid, completely take off everything she has on, and then put the robe on.
He'll just stand there with his arms crossed, watching you as you do that. Perfect. Now that you're comfortable, tell me about what you found out earlier.
Nothing of importance. There were some ghosts flying around. I think one was a war hero. Really, it was a little disappointing, I have to say.
Make a deception check with disadvantage.
9.
He narrows his eyes at you. Faris, you know I don't like it when you lie to me.
Oh. Well, we did find out one thing that I thought was interesting that I think you might find interesting.
Okay, why don't you tell me, Faris?
Well, you know, the crater that destroyed the city of Amaret, anyone who's been trying to do research on it, well, they have issues, negative consequences.
Why the hell were you researching Amaret?
Oh, I wasn't. It was just some things I overheard when we were in the archives.
Sure, of course you weren't. And you also don't have a mark of Lear on your chest. You know I'm not happy about that.
Well, I know, but you know I didn't get that on purpose.
Then why are you continuing to look into things involving her?
Well, I'm hoping that I can find out some information that will eventually end up helping you. I know that Etain feels like, you know, Lear's not a problem anymore, but if you look at things that are going on in the city, you can see that she still has a very strong presence.
Well, Faris, if you were actually giving me all the information that you had, then I would think that you were sincere, but you're holding things back from me, and I don't like it.
Oh, no.
I know you're lying to me, Faris. You know how I get when you don't do what I ask. Alphonse narrows his eyes at you in warning.
Oh, no. Maybe you'll have to remind me, Alphonse.
His lip curls into a snarl, and you are pushed against the wall behind you as a surge of his dark purple energy bursts from him. Tendrils of his magic wrap around your wrists and pin them above your head. I told you not to call me that. He walks over to you slowly, closing the distance until you can feel the heat of his anger radiating off of his tall, leanly muscled form.
Sorry, sir.
Looking down at you with burning dark eyes, he brushes a strand of hair from in front of your face, letting his fingers gently caress down your cheek. I'm getting tired of these games, Faris. Tell me what I want to know.
I don't know. You look like you're enjoying yourself, sir. I look down pointedly at the evidence of his arousal.
Like lightning, his hand wraps itself around your hair at the base and pulls hard so your eyes meet his again. Enough. Since you won't tell me what I want, I'll put that lying mouth of yours to another use. His magic releases you from the wall and he pushes you down onto your knees in front of him.
Well, you have your magic, sugar, and I have mine. And I'll reach up and start to unfasten his belt.
As he wraps a hand around one of your horns, the door to your room slams open, Alphonse freezes in shock as you both see a cookie crumb covered Chadley staring at you. You blink and your patron is gone. Chadley gives you a hard stare before scurrying off down the hall before you can catch him. Meanwhile, Hilrana, what are you doing to get ready for the trip or the evening?
I think I'd be packing, but also trying to see what's up with Chadley. Like,
Sure. You see Chadley bursts into the room with a bunch of a big tin of cookies on his back.
oh, Chadley, there you are. Where have you been?
Just looks from side to side and then goes and stores the cookies in the trunk of the tree that's in your foresty bedroom.
Have a little midnight snack.
He will get one of the cookies out and offer it to you.
Oh, thank you. So I'm gonna be going to the Black Cloud Islands. I assume you had plans. You were packing earlier. Are you, Chadley? Are you unwell?
Chadley will speak, because Chadley can speak with you essentially through his speaking with animals or beast speech or whatever you have. He will essentially tell you that he will go with you on the trip if you want him to, but he's also totally fine to stay here. He has cool things that he could get up to, and he doesn't really need you.
Ooh, okay.
That he totally has lots of cool friends that he could be spending time with. He just chooses to spend his time with you.
You know what? I think he's telling the truth, and I think that he's like assembled a street gang of crabs, and he's the leader.
Oh my god, he started a crab
I
gang.
believe it.
Your crabs.
Yeah.
Like it.
Well, I'm glad you have so many friends. I unfortunately only have you, Chadley, and I couldn't bear to be apart from you. I do hope you'd accompany me.
Chadley looks away for a little bit and then scurries up on your shoulder and gives you like a little nibbly bite on the cheek.
Give him a little scritchy and a kiss.
Oh. He will circle around you a few times and then fall asleep on your shoulder.
Oh, Chadley.
Just covered in cookie frosting and crumbs.
He smells good. Delicious.
Gets
Now I'm-
nested in your hair a
now
little
I'm
bit.
hungry.
Nice.
And Amelia, was there anything that you wanted to do?
Yeah, because I remember he ran into some guy who mistook him for his brother.
Mhm.
Is there any way for Melis to follow up on that? I don't remember the details.
I don't think you didn't get any information about that guy. And you were like, I'm not that person, leave me alone, essentially. So I'm not sure if you would know how to find him, if he's even still in the city.
So the guy said Dominus was in the city, though?
He said that he had traveled with Dominus from Ianthe, the country that you're from, through this pass, and then they had parted ways in Issoir, which is a city to the northeast.
Is it very far?
It's probably like 4 or 5 days trip on the main road.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I can follow up on that.
So everyone's packed, they're ready for the next day, and as you start to fall asleep, Hilrana, you have a hard time falling asleep. Chadley kind of keeps kicking you in the neck because he's wrapped around right in your like clavicle. He's scratching you with his little paws as he dreams. But you do finally fall asleep and you begin to have a dream where you are back at your fawn commune in the woods. And it's been a long time since you've really thought about that or dreamed about it. And you see that your mother and a bunch of your aunts and other cousins and people from your family are getting together, gathering, getting ready for a ritual that they're going to do. What would you like to do?
I feel excited that there's going to be this ritual. It's, I get the sense it's a big deal.
Yeah, go ahead and make an insight check to see if you can recall anything about what the purpose of what you're doing is in this foggy dream state.
Critical fail.
Oh no.
Oh no.
That's okay, your memories are fucked up, so that
Yep.
makes sense. It's like you keep trying to think of what kind of rituals you all did there, and you can't remember even really what your commune did. And it starts to bother you a little bit, I assume. I don't want to speak for you. How does that make you feel when you can't remember?
Scared.
As you're scared, you see that your grandmother begins anointing a moon elf woman with all these fragrant oils, and your relatives begin to dance and chant in unison in a large circle around this woman. And you join in as if you've done this many times before, weaving together, all chanting in unison. This magic starts to sparkle up around and like threads that are connecting between all of you. And you see that all the rest of your family begins to pair off with their twin. It turns out that everyone in your family line, you didn't remember this until now, but thinking back, yeah, all of your cousins, all of your aunts, even your mother, and everyone that lived in the commune with you had a twin, but you don't remember having a twin. You don't see anybody there. And what do you do in that moment as you see everyone else pairing off for this dance?
Hilrana feels very alone, and I think she just feels like this empty feeling.
The emptiness almost starts to overwhelm you in your dream as you watch everybody else happily dancing together. The moon elf comes over to you and shyly offers you her hand, and it feels warm and comforting to finally have somebody to dance with. As you are twirling around, she leans in close and says, "I came here for you, lonely soul. You are the key to my dreams." And as you continue to dance, she looks at you with this intense gaze.
Who are you?
Oh, just someone that has known your family for a very long time. I haven't been able to visit, but there's something special about you, and I'm so glad that I'm here with you now.
Do I know you?
I don't know. I've visited you before, but maybe you don't remember.
I don't remember. I don't remember any of this.
You continue to dance. The dance gets almost too fast. You start to feel dizzy with all the spinning that's going on. This woman says that she knows you, but you can't remember anything about it. Make one more insight check.
6.
Okay, yeah, it's just nothing.
Insight
It's
is
you
good.
feel almost dizzy, and the fragrant oils that had been coming off of her begin to turn into this sickly sweet smell like rotting fruit. And as you start to stumble and fall over, and she catches you by the throat with a gnarled hand. "I'll find you eventually, Hilrana, and you'll do what I want." And it starts to squeeze around your neck, and you wake up with a start with Chadley's like whole body wrapped around your throat.
I pick Chadley up and throw him across the room, screaming.